Hello guys, welcome to Coding Essentials. Today's topic is user-defined functions. What is a function? A function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Okay, so basically there are some lines of code written and it is stored inside the memory and they are useless until you call them. You can pass data known as parameters into a function and the function can return the data as a result. Functions are used to make our task easier and to make our code look neat. So basically if you want to perform the same function again and again and again, then you will make a function out of it and just call the name of the function to uh, do that bunch of code again and again. So that is what function is for. Moving on to creating and calling a function. We define a function using def keyword followed by the function name and parenthesis and colon. So def then space. Now here our function name is example, then parenthesis and then colon. And calling of a function can be done by writing the name of the function followed by parentheses. Let me show you. Okay, so def example and colon, then we write a bunch of code like print coding essentials and exit out. Then we call the function example, we call it and it prints coding essential. Again we call it. Now if we put it in a for loop from 0 to 10, then we call the example, then it will enter the coding essentials 10 times. Okay, so this was a very simple example of creating and calling a function. Now comes arguments or parameters. Arguments or parameters are specified after the function name inside the parentheses. You can add as many arguments as you want, just separate them with a comma. For example, def info. So if I need an info of a person, then I define a function named info in which we have parameters as first name, last name and age. And it will set the data type as per the entered value. So the entered value should be correct. Then print, we write this print my name is first name and last name, then print I am this much years old. Okay, so I will show you in the shell. Define info fname comma last name comma age, then print my name is fname lname and print I am age years old. Okay, exit and we'll call info coding essentials and 21. Okay, sorry, by mistake I wrote into instead of info, so we'll call into. Okay, into coding essential and 21. Okay, so we cannot concatenate integer. Okay, so that's my fault. We need to write the dot. Okay, so let me correct it. Okay, now it should work. Yes, it worked. Okay, so my name is Coding Essential. I am 21 years old. So there's a function with three attributes. So you should give exactly the equal number of attributes. Otherwise, it will show an error. Into, if we write C, then D, and we close it and enter, then it will show that one missing argument is there. So we need to write exactly the equal number of uh, parentheses we have declared inside the function. So remember this. Yes, you have to give equal number of arguments while calling of the function, else it would show an error. Okay, so if you don't want to specify the number of arguments in the while defining the function, then you can pass arbitrary arguments. So how can you do that? You can do by using asterisk sign before the uh, argument name. So it will result in formation of a tuple. For example, if I want to uh, print the number of the name of the cars, then we'll see the code. Define car, then asterisk and name, then for I in name, as it's a tuple, it is iterable, then print I. Exit car, then BMW, desire, and Innova. Okay, there's our output. It worked. It will form a tuple, and if you don't want to give 3 and you only want to give, sorry, if you only want to give 2 arguments, then we can also give 2 arguments. It won't show an error, and it will run the code inside the defined function, because you have put an asterisk sign before the name. Okay, moving on to keyword arguments. If you give a key value pair as the input, the order of the parameters won't matter. Okay, for example, fname, lname, age, print my name. Okay, the same code we are taking, and we'll give the parameters, the value of parameter as key value pair. So let me show you. Okay, where is the code? Yeah, there is it. Now this is the code. Control C. Okay, while calling the function, if I write L name is equal to essential, then comes F name is equal to coding, and age is equal to 21, it will still give the same output. My name is Coding Essentials and not my name is Essentials Coding, because we have mentioned the value as key value pair. So it that won't affect the order in which we give the parameters. Okay, now if you want arbitrary keyword arguments, then also it is possible. We just need to use two asterisk sign before the name of the argument while defining the function. Let's take the same example of car. We'll write a code. Okay, so define car asterisk asterisk name, I guess. Is it name? Yes, it's name. Then print. Okay, so it will return a tuple. So name, and the key would be I want to print my favorite car, so enter. Now while defining not defining, calling, I will write favorite car is Innova, then petrol is Desire. Okay, just two of them. Then it will print Innova because in the key of favorite I have entered the value of Innova, and as per our code it will print the name of the car which has the key value as fav. Okay, so this was arbitrary key arguments. So you can put 2, 3 unlimited arguments if you put 2 asterisk before the name while defining. Moving on to default parameter and return. So first let me show you what is default parameter. Okay, what should be, okay, so define country name. Okay, so there's an argument known as name, and the default value of argument is India, and print name exit. Sorry, then comes calling of the function country, and if we don't give anything then it will take the value India. So this is default parameter. As you have given the default parameter as India here, so if you don't give the value inside while calling the function, then it will print the default parameter, or use the default parameter inside your code as per your code you have defined. Okay, now return. So return keyword is used to return a value from a function. For example, uh, if we want to return the sum of two integers a and b, then this is the code. Okay, let me show you. Define sum a comma b, return a plus b. Okay, now sum of 4 comma 6, answer should be 10. Yes. Okay, so you can also write like this: int input, so 5, and y equals int input, and that is 3, and we can write sum of x comma y, it will give you 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, so this was about returning. Also, if you are using the script mode, we need to assign a variable for the returned value. Otherwise, it will show an error, because there should be something in which you put the value of the return from the function. So better you assign a value like z is equals to sum of x comma y. So now print z is 8. So moving on to recursion. Okay, this is important. Recursion basically means function calling itself. So inside the function we will call the function until a condition is satisfied. To understand the concept of recursion, let's take an example of factorial. We will form a function that will return the factorial of the inputted value. So let me open the script mode. Define fact and n, then if n equal 1, return n, else return. So here we'll write n star fact of n minus 1, and then we will call factorial of 4. So basically what will happen over here, so n star fact of n minus 1. So let me explain you this code. So the first value 4, so the 4 will be entered inside the n. So if n equal 1, so it is false because n is equal to 4. So the else condition will run. So return 4 star, then fact of 4 minus 1. So fact of 3. Then 3 will go over here. Then it will check if 3 is equal 1. No, it is not. So again else will get implemented. So 4 and okay, remember that was 3. So 4 star 3 star fact of 2. Then again 4 star 3 star 2 star fact of 1. Okay, here fact of 1 will return n. So the recursion will get over and we will get the output as 4 star 3 star 2 star 1. So this was the code. Let us save and run it. Okay, sorry, we forgot to print. Yes, the answer is 24. Yes, 4 factorial is 24. 4 3s are 12, 2s are 24. Okay, so this was all about recursion, and this was all about user defined function. So thank you very much guys for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.